Okay, I'm told I'm supposed to... Nope, I can't do it this time. But anyways, the first word of the chant of the demoniacus vama for Sitri, Sytry, Bitru, Artri, Andrath, Silos would be capital ORIZXZ and a capital ZOLIZ, all lowercases for the third word, EVUZ, and then HRGIR. So say it a particular number of times or until one gets into the feeling of it. Orizx, Zolizavas, Herger, Orizx, Zolizavas, Herger, Orizx, Zolizavas, Hernger, Urizx, Zolizavas, Hernger, Urizx, Zolizavas, Hernger, Urizx, Zolizavas, Hernger. Typically, you're going to find the following in the Grimoires dealing with this, that it's said that it is a great prince over 60 legions, appearing as a leopard with griffin's wings, then in a beautiful human shape. And if you look into the verses that I'm going to list out, you're going to find out more in that regards. To ignite the love of women for men and men for women, and to cause them to be seen naked. The pseudo-demoniaca demonium states that it keeps the secrets of women, but it mocks them until they give in. Not a nice guy, apparently. Stephanie Conley says it can be used for any passion, and that it goes by the name of Silos, and can provide incubi or succubi. Michael W. Ford says that it is feminine and of fire, fire, the elemental fire. Not just being a fire being, obviously all these demons are fire beings, for energy raising and for sex magic. The Little Doom Witch says that it enhances it enhances mental... Oh, it enhances mental masturbation, or it grants spirit sex. Serpentise 666 says that it is a day demon, and it is this being the same as Satek, Sut, Sit, Sethi, Set, Seth, and one of the 7 sons of Satan. And okay, the musical tone. The traditional musical tone would be a B through C minor. The O and A gives the jovial entities B flat, Lydia, and mode 1. The princes are to be called forth in any hour of the day, or exercise as such, But the scientific would be 183.58 hertz. F sharp, A1 equals 436.6 hertz over 440 hertz, minus 13.3 centimeters, 86.5, 0.05 over 100 72.16 beats per minute. Some scents that you may want to use in a working would be agrimony, balm of Gilead, cedar, copal, hyssop, juniper, lemon balm, lilac, linden, meadowsweet, nutmeg, oak, plantain, psyllium, and wood betony. VK Gehenna says that it has either 60 or 70 legions, and its numbers are 529, 586, and 600. Okay. For a strength of conviction, appearing first as green smoke, then as a dark figure that is tall. James Donahue says that it appears as a classic gray alien who is in the hangman post, you know, like kind of crossed over the other, hanging upside down over a rocket ship, sort of. And the Enochian letter H is by him. And it's a being that's possibly fed by sexual repression. Well, there's a difference between sexual control and sexual repression, right? Black Witch Coven said it is a being that is pro-homosexuality. Some say it appears as androgynous. It's an indifferent being to humanity. It is similar to the prostitute demon. You know, there is a prostitute demon in the Goetia. And you know, it has, you know, it's a being of darkness and chaos and can provoke love on either side. And that's it with the traditional stuff, right? Antiques. What stone will I use for teaks? I will do that at the end, but for teaks, I'm going to bring out 2 items because these items were gifted to me, but by a woman I call Death and a woman I call Moon. I like to give tarot names to people in my life, but anyways. So from 2011, one looks into the first experience I had doing this ritual, and I will tell something of the meaning. And so this was Tuesday, the 17th, May 2011. And I am seeing no extra verses that time. Let's go in Bubble Lamb here. Before the reciting was done, I knew something had came, swooping down upon the spot above the candle. I felt and saw the wind push down the flame. I kept on, and I soon saw myself surrounded by a psychedelic tree covering even my face. When I went silent, a pink-red cloud flew away from my face. I felt a warm uprising within. Grew it a buzz. There was a moment of strange brightness as I dedicated the meal. And so let's look at the language. Yuck. Okay. So this would have been on the 12th. Oh, the operation of the 12th on the 12th of the month, wasn't it? Okay. Sutter is hide, mystery, secret, close, absent, conceal, hiding secretly, covert, backbiting, covering, privily. Sutter is side. Suth is turn. Suthan is, Satan, but Suther is rule, dominion, officer, ruler, overseer. Oh, also Suther is secretly, covert, backbiting, covering, privily. Sir is rule, ruler, turn the head, heavily, sad, lord, principal, general, keeper, general, prince, chief. Okay, so we have the attribute of prince. Whenever you have the rank show up in the meaning of the word, I would say that that's a strong indication that that's at least one of the ranks that you're supposed to put. Sooth is to turn. Seer is pot, cauldron, thorn, pan. Sut is stir. Tie. Okay. Suit is a persuade, move. It's that cross mark thing. Set, stir, away, entice, provoke, remove, close, stirred. Satu is winter, stirring of winds. So it might be interesting to try this during the winter rather than the bright month. The bright quarter of the year. Suth is scourge, whip, flashing. Seeth is oar, back and forth. She is gift or present. Shar is a tie, cord, press the beginning navel cord. Shut is sit, buttocks, set. Sheet is sit, garment, attire, thorn. Tur is tur, border, mark of a man, tire, travel, dial. Tur is search, spy, seek, descry, espy, circle, estate, turn, turtle dove, and ri is the flow, the water, the watering. And you can also say ray. What candle did I use? I don't know what candle I used, but it's good to include some scent offerings in some of these things. But 2012 is my next experience of the ritual. And there's some variation of the symbol, but before I get into all that language stuff, I am going to say, okay. First, I'd like to say that I used some more verses than I did the time before. 72, 1 through 20. Okay, yeah, I did that. 27, 38 through 44, 30, 21, and 12, 30 through 35. I used from Quran that time. And Meshli 6, 23, 25. 1 Corinthians 6, 16 through 20, and 7 through 9. And this experience was 9:19 through 10 p.m. Okay. Citrus sentences? Okay, no. I smelt a sweet grass. My heart rate beat inside my head. I could feel my breath and blood rush within me. They slowed. I saw turquoise flash behind me as I felt a presence the size of a person, but as immense as a convention. I've never been to Comic-Con, by the way, but I've been to big meetings and sport events. So, in the entryway into my apartment, such an immense, there's that sense, But, okay, this remained till minutes after I closed the rite, I grew heady. I felt things slow. I felt a blissful warmth come up me. Then I saw a light green flow over the western altar and up the wall. I felt several scouring flows of cool euphoria, in which I saw strange patterns of colors. Some were sharp-edged and geometric. Some were not so much. Those were the really curious ones. I felt very big. I was very heady. I was tingly with euphoria. I cried. I sat up straight again. You know, because that happens when you really get into these rituals. Is like you have states. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not standing up straight anymore, am I? I still vibrated. I expressed my views on the issue in further prayer during states where I seemed alone except God and the presences. I was very calm and content. Eventually, I closed very centered 45 minutes later. I am a touch more sensitive. 2 minutes later, my eyes became undilated. So that was how many minutes? 47 minutes after the ritual, so 10:47. A lot of people will tell you, you must banish the states. No, you gotta leave them. And, you know, what you build up psychically and what you've attracted spiritually, unless you regret it, you know, leave it. And so let's look at some of the language involved. And so Satarius is standing firm, stationary, steady, calm. Styria is a frozen drop or an icicle. Strea is a furrow or a groove. Sutura is a sewing together, a seam, a suture. Is that it with the... Okay, I want to do all the Latin at once. Satyrus is a kind of sylvan deity resembling an ape with a horse's tail, a kind of ape, chimpanzee, you know, it did run with satyrs and did the chorus when it was something. Stataria is a social acting or performance. There is an art to talking about these things, but if anybody has seen this entity, whether doing it as a carcist or an exorcist, mention or a devotee, whatever, mention this. I'd like to hear more information that does not show up on any of these videos. And so, Sotar is deliverance, means of preserving, pace, well-being, self-existence. Oh, a means of preserving, ease. Okay. Okay, I'm into the Greek now. To sotaria is a thank offering presentation. Sotar is a saver, deliver, preserver. Spithuros is whispering or slanderous. Spithurios tas. Whisperer or slanderer. Spithurizo is whisper or mutter. Spithurismos is whispering or slander. Sathros is rotten or decayed, unsound. sick, perishable. Stauros is a stake, a cross to crucify with. So the crosses you see in reference to Jesus and stuff, it's not, it's not what you think. But those ones look fancier, right? Styros is barren. Stereo is deprive, bereave, deprived. Stereos, stiff, stark, solid, strong, stubborn, constant, cruel. Limelenting. Soterios is saving, delivering, saved. Oh, I didn't do all the Latin. Okay. Catra. Oh, Cautor is one who is on his guard. Catra is a type of Spanish shield. Cytheria is Venus. Cythera is an island in the Aegean Sea where Venus worship was celebrated. Cytherias is to belong to Venus. Cytheria is a lyre or a lute. Cythereas is a citrus wood. Okay. So, some other, just to make sure we have them all. We got, Sititor is the thirst, or these. Soter is a saver, or giver of health or safety. Cautus is to wary, cautious, extend. Citros is a citrus tree. Citra is on the side or near the shaft. Giteri is on this side, hithermost. Cauter, Catera, Kitro. Yeah, I always already said this once. So, returning to the ancient Aramaic, we got re, flow, water, watering. Ra, feed, shepherd, desire, man watches, friend, another, fellow, companion, other, brother, husband, lover. That obviously comes up in what we're saying. Shuth is a whip, or run, gone, mariners, rowers, scourge. Shuth is a scourge or whip. So shuthan, it may be not a misspelling, but literally it's not adversary, it's continuable scourge of something. Shutha is acacia, shittim, shitta. Shuthath is scourge. Shath is despise, malice, despiteful. Shuth, whip, or go run, mariners, row, scourge. Okay. She is gift, present. So, Shaitan is, the gift of the sea monster. Sheep, sit, garment, set, made, lay, put, appoint, regard, thorn, attire. Shutat, sit, lay, set. Shutti, drunkenness, warp. Shut, sit, buttocks. Shuts is a flood. Sheet, ra, is protection. Sutter is hide, secretly close, absent, conceal. Shutter is side. Oh, satur in Latin is full of food or satisfied. Or shutter is rule, meaning officer, rule, overseer. Sooth is stir, persuade, move, set away, close, entice, provoke, remove, stir. So we're getting a lot of this evoking results from people. Sut is stir. Thier is press, pain. Ambassador, idol, hinge. Messenger, pang. Yepthur is form, members. Yepthur is press, distress, straighten, straight, vex, narrow form, thought, purpose, earthen, former, fame, maker, fashion, potter, imagination, wind, work. Tier is press, sorrow, pain, emotions. Yesheth, expend, hold out. Sheath is ore. So I am seeing here that Sitri here is a demiurge, which, I mean, nowadays people are saying, oh, the demiurge is Yahweh. It's like, well, that wasn't the original thought. But let me show you here a variation of the symbol before I switch it over to the, okay, I guess I'm going to keep the same page. But I'm not sure whether or not I should share of the, well, let's go into the ancient Egyptian, because there's, you know, a page of it here. And, okay. There may be more verses of this all when it comes to these 72 plus 1 plus 4. And I'll share the verses maybe all in one set. I'll do one program, all, you know, what I figured out, what verses go well with the rituals, whether you believe or disbelieve, you know, what brings about. So, Sa Yurthi is a colonnade, a store of a house, and it's similar to the Shedra of 1 Kings 6:9. And Siadat is Siadata is earth destroyer, and it's a form of Apep. So Siadat Ta. Okay. So Sothar is seen as Suttul. Suttul is said to be a savior god. And Staira is one of those who row the boat of Ra and is, you know, sort of a false god of the sun, or, you know. And Sut, or Sati, her, is a serpent wanderer of the seventh gate. There's a lot of serpents. Saw an interesting program that regards the Magical Egypt 2.5 about serpent symbolism, and the companion was even better, but well, I mean, the companion is more related to that. But anyways, a lot of serpent symbolism, and one of the things I say, you know, why all the snakes was the title of the show, and, you know, without getting into anything about that, was the you know, there are states in one's body, but there's a lot of snake references in terms of demons or things that are worshipped aside from God, and so there's that aspect, and there's other aspects, and there's a lot of fire connections, because you see that, you know, Sute Her, you know, the serpent wanderer. It's a fire being, obviously. It's one of the invisible beings. The Sete Netcher is said to be the scent of the god, and there are divine scents that come forth in the rituals. Usually other beings, not saying, but there are scents that, you know, come to you when you're in a state, or maybe they're there and they're brought out in such a way it's like, oh, it's like heaven or something. Sutter means to work or to chase. Sutter, another variation, but different determinative. A wood tablet. or Sytr is a kind of plant. Sytrit is a purification or pure thing. Sytrit is to make prayers or supplicate. Or street. Shataher is a false god of Sytr. Is that a place? Shata Awr is a part of a ship's tackle. Shatar is a bride or betrothed virgin. It's got that woman sitting at the end. Shata'au Hru Sa'iya Uatu, dancing gods who guard the ways. And, you know, it's possible in one's life to see some of these beings. Sytr is to be shaken or disturbed. I'll share more of those experiences because they don't really relate to this one. But the experience at hand was Wednesday, the 15th of May, 2013. Corinthians 1, 6:16 through 20 and 7 through 9. Meshley's Proverbs, right? 6:23 through 29. Rashit, Genesis 2:24 25. From Quran 12:30 through 35, 27:38 through 44, and 30:20 through 23. And I used strawberry as a symbol of love, probably in terms of ascent. But this was 10:04 to 10:35 p.m. I saw a twist of thick blue cable around the room, 6 feet off the floor. I was particularly aware. I felt light. I saw green mist in patterns. I felt soothing warmness. I saw red streaks. I cried in joy. I felt a strong, tingly wipe down me. A bliss remained till 10:40 p.m. It was like there were bits of vibrating clouds of light green in the soft red towards the end of the right. And number 13 is, one, some people are going to like number 13 because it's one of the kings, and you must involve yourself in the kings first, right? So I'm going to do the Enochian Aethyr. And John Dee used not too big of a stone. And whether a prayer rug or some spot you have clean, scrying surfaces, it's an important practice. And a lot of religions do include scrying. If you're a Zen Buddhist, some forms of it, you look into things. Some people refer reflective objects. Some people immutable objects like carpet. But here goes. Yod, 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 yod.
yawn, 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 yawn. O you heavens which dwell in the 30th author, the author that is in 4 parts, justice specifies lowering, are the first, the everlasting, the watching, who establishes the night, mighty in the parts of the earth, and execute the judgment of the highest. To you it is said, behold the face of your God, the beginning of comfort, whose eyes are the brightness of the heavens, which provided you for the government of the earth, and her unspeakable varieties, furnishing you with the power of understanding to dispose all things according to the providence of him that sitteth on the holy throne, and rose up in the beginning, saying, the earth, let her be governed by her parts, and let there be division in her, that the glorifix may be always drunken and vexed in itself. Her courses let it run with the heavens, and as a handmaid let her serve them. One season let it confound another, and let there be no creature upon or within her the same. All her members let them differ in their qualities, and let there be no one creature equal with another, the reasonable creatures of the earth. And let them vex and weed out one another, and the dwelling places, let them forget their names. The work of man and his pomp, let them be defaced. His buildings, let them become caves for the beasts of the field. Confound her understanding with darkness, for why? It repenteth me. I made man, one while let her be known, and another while a stranger, because she is the bed of an harlot, and the dwelling place of him that is fallen. O you heavens, arise! The lower heavens underneath you, let them serve you. Govern those that govern, cast down such as fall, bring forfeit those that increase, and destroy the rotten. No place let it remain in one number, add and diminish until the stars be numbered. Arise, move, and appear before the covenant of his mouth, which he hath sworn unto us in his justice. Open the mysteries of your creation, and make us partakers of undefiled knowledge. Madre actus prav tex kis tagba genem advorpet dox mal Mikaosaner kautsko Orthites bauzizra zeda non-ka non-sa Golimikma doyan mariaun bleorm Saba Saba Anakis Lakithitias Peripsal Dasabrasa Non-cup non-suf netaim kaske ad tilb ad pahat damplos to non governance of gimmickal zoma lrasan tofglo mob yare edoigo o torzulp eadoth Gahol Kausko Tabaord Sanir on Christias Yarpoil Teobel Bustir Tulm No Unpaid Ursba Od Dadrumne Zlena Elzaptilb Pange Perepsax Alta Corlus Boapis Lunibum of Cosimp Od Christias Ogtotorn Mirk Katelbel Lel Ton Paumbendilsmo Aspian Od Christias Oglototon Paracasimp Cordziz Dodpal Odd Fifals Lesmanad Odd Fardagut Bumzomawas Canispra Olawax Tonug or Skatpel Noathme Tomges Leoetmang Unke Optilm Ors Bagle Mar Ol Cordziz La Catamao Ixomaxip Otka Kokasum Gosa Baglin Pe Tayanta Bablond Odd Farget Telok Bavin Madreax Tozoareax Oroka Aboapre Tabaore Preas Artabas Adrapan Corsta Dobix Yokam Preaze Arco Azeor Orco Asapkatin Ripepaxic Sagagor the Malad Partzar Kakarg Oivea Kormput Torzov Zakaot Zamranaspet Sibse Batmana des Sursaz Tea Baltan Oda Kekle Ka Urazazma Plaple broken patterns dancing, twisting in the crystal to start with. I do not see it now. Patterns not like life. In the faint flashes of a weave around more or less everywhere. A faint blue cloud appeared slightly above, but it was not the blue of the last live ritual that shot up in a beam. It was a more sky blue, but not in really a neon sort of way. As someone was Fitharzi Vomsarg. Peace be upon every one of you.